This isn't your typical marketing software ad because HubSpot ain't typical. It's marketing made easy. Turn one piece of content into assets for every channel, convert leads in no time, and get a crystal clear view of your campaign performance. HubSpot can do all that and get you results fast, like double your leads in 12 months fast. Yeah. See, told you this wasn't your typical software ad. Visit HubSpot.com/marketers to get started for free. Good morning, everyone, and happy Valentine's Day. It's Friday, February 14th. I'm John Weigell here with Ben Berkley, and this is the Hustle Daily Show. This year, while you're scarfing down various Valentine's candy, you might not taste as much chocolate in there. That's because chocolates inside you old heart-shaped boxes this year might have some more filler ingredients. Why? The price of cocoa is way up. So why is the price so high, and how is this going to affect your day of love? We'll get to all that, but before we do, let's give you the news in business and tech. First up, according to analysts from Chain Analysis, something we can all look forward to this year is crypto scams. Crypto scams amounted to about $9.9 billion in 2024, and that amount is projected to grow to $12.4 billion in 2025. The research firm went on to say that pig butchering, aka fraudulent romantic connections, is one of their main techniques, so I would suggest keeping those DMs closed on Valentine's Day. What do you make of this pig butchering, Ben?
Well, let's just talk about why it's called that, because I feel like if you don't know, you're going to be wondering. So that is just the idea that, let's say I am scamming you, which, John, I'm so sorry that you have to imagine this.
It's all right.
Going to put a wedge between us.
I don't have to think too far.
Then I am fattening you up with flattery and kind of like building up that bond. And then I am butchering, what do you think? Just stealing your money.
Wow.
So that's what's going on there. It sucks. This is one of the bad parts of this world that seems like it's only going to continue to increase, unfortunately.
Yeah, unstoppable too, especially in the crypto space. It's already going on. I'm sure everybody's listening has received some sort of message from somewhere. So stay diligent, folks.
You're going to get another one from me right after this. Sorry.
Brace for impact. Next, over to Japan. Japanese car overlords Honda and Nissan were having talks about a potential merger, but that deal just went bust. The deal would have been $60 billion and would have created the world's third largest auto company by sales volumes, but no more. And from there, we go to Stanley. The Stanley water bottle era may be ending. Wow. Bink, a new glass thermos with silicone casing, has risen up in the hydration space, gaining TikTok virality for its customization abilities, like, being able to change out a straw and time markers on the side of it. Riveting stuff. Either way, the global reusable water bottle market is expected to grow another 4.6% from now till 2030, so it doesn't really matter who's winning, but somebody new is winning. Ben, you and I last year talked about the rise of the Stanley Cup. How do you feel this year?
So stupid, because I finally have one. Our company sent us those, and I'm drinking out of it truly as we record this. And
yes,
I'm sad that the trend is over, because apparently they're actually good. I understand why they were so popular. Yep. But yeah, Bink is coming in for it, and it just looks the part, design-wise, the customizations is just like built for today's world. So I look forward to getting one from the company in about 3 years, and then looking very out of style when the next thing is there.
Corporate swag is wonderful, but it is unfortunately the death knell for companies like this, for trendy products. I also have one, and the hype wasn't really warranted, but it's nice to have, Next, the cost to attend private schools in the U.S. hit an all-time high. Annual tuition for day schools is now $49.3 thousand on average, which is up 7.4%, the biggest increase in the last decade. It's not deterring families, though. 60% of private schools saw enrollment growth in fall 2024 compared to 2023, so they're going to pay it. And finally, sorry to your takeout plans tonight, tomorrow, whenever this weekend, but eating from plastic takeout containers might significantly up your chance of congestive heart failure, according to a new study from Chinese researchers. But this isn't really about the loaded nachos in the container. Plastic chemicals from the container leach into the food, ultimately damaging the circulatory system. And Ben, will this stop you from eating Thai food anytime soon?
Nothing save for death could. But yeah, this is not something you like to see given that restaurant takeout market is like a $2.5 trillion market.
Ooh.
So yeah, we don't need more congestive heart failure, but it would seem if this is really the thing, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Real bleak day over here, huh?
Yeah, it's not looking too great. We did a story a while ago on some companies pushing takeout containers that were like biodegradable and sustainable. So
Yeah.
looking for those maybe. It would be nice to get more like plant particles in my food instead of plastic particles. So maybe we can work on that.
Yeah, let's assume that company commissioned this study to crush the rest of the industry. And if so, well played.
Would be smart. Okay, on to the main story today. On this, the day of Valentine's Day, we're in the middle of a bit of a chocolate crisis. So, Ben, what is going on with the price of cacao?
Well, let's just say it's going up a lot. The prop price is up 200% over the past year. This is the key ingredient in chocolate. So even though we just moments ago talked about a $1 trillion market that leads to congestive heart failure, this is absolutely the worst thing that I've ever heard in my life because it is shooting chocolate prices way, way, way up.
Yeah.
In a way that is meaning you're probably going to pay the price if you're eating it today.
Yeah, and as the chocolate prices have gone up so much, the chocolate that you are buying today or this weekend may have just more nuts in it, which is so funny because previously chocolatiers complained that the nuts were so expensive, like pistachios, hazelnuts, but now it's kind of flipped the other direction where you have chocolate being the most expensive thing and pistachios are becoming pretty common in chocolate, which is so funny how these things change over time. But what I want to know is, how did this happen? The chocolate comes from mostly West Africa. What's going on over there?
The little thing called climate change that shows up every so often. So we're talking about these beans need a certain temperature. That temperature is going up as it is everywhere, every day.
Mm-hmm.
And also then the amount of rainfall that they are receiving is significantly more. So it is just like really just changing the way these crops come about.
Yeah, I mean, the culprit is climate change. There's a lot of problems in West Africa right now. Temperatures are high, rainfall is high, both undesirable for creating cocoa beans, which make your chocolate. So all of that is a problem for the chocolate industry. And given how the way climate change is going, it looks like this is not going to stop being a problem. It's not just a this year thing. It's a continued thing that's going to happen. But this is actually the worst it's been in 60 years, it appears.
Yeah. And it's bleak, but this is why this year you've seen price hikes from Nestle and Hershey's, Cadbury, Milka, like all the big players in this market. And it's particularly devastating today when you consider this is the time for them. Like I was just reading that adding Christmas, Valentine's, Easter's, Halloween together, that's 64% of confectionery sales for the year.
Wow.
So if you're kind of like seeing declining sales with raised prices at this time of year, your Valentine's Day doesn't suck. Your whole year is probably going to suck.
Yeah, it's really bad. And companies like Hershey is out here panicking a little bit. They just tried to get 90,000 metric tons of cocoa purchased straight from the supplier, which is over 9 times the amount that's allowed. It was shot down, but you could see the wheels are turning. Everybody in chocolate is panicking a little bit. So how can chocolate come to be affordable again? Because it seems like it will continue to be a bit of a delicacy for some time.
I mean, this is just going to be like something that is done in the agricultural world where I think that, you've got to figure out your ways to protect cocoa producing areas any way you can, which you can't necessarily change the climate, but you can plant more trees and make sure that you are like genetically modifying crops, things in that direction. So there is hope. It's not going to happen anytime soon. There's a long tail on this. So again, like we're talking about Easter candy being a big deal. That's going to be expensive.
Yeah.
Halloween, huge. Wouldn't expect that to be cleaned up by then either.
Yeah. I'm just right now thanking all of my lords and ladies that Peeps do not contain any chocolate. So Easter's going to be okay for me.
Yeah. I guess if there's one good thing, which I don't know if you call this a good thing, but the culture has also shifted away from gift giving where like you think about remote work culture.
Sure.
Like in Japan, for instance, There's a survey that came out that this is like something that you do on Valentine's Day is give your colleagues chocolate. Only about 12% of people say they're going to do it this year. And part of that is just like they're just not as close to their colleagues anymore between remote working and just like constant job changes. So again, just like bleak times for chocolate, and I will try to solve it single-handedly right now by going to eat an entire bag of M&Ms.
Yeah, don't worry, Ben. Even though you are pig butchering me, I will happily send you some chocolate this year for Valentine's Day. So don't worry about that.
I appreciate you.
All right, that's going to do it for us today. Thanks for tuning into the Hustle Daily Show. We're a proud part of the HubSpot Podcast Network. Our editor is Robert Hartwig. Our executive producer is Darren Clark. We've got a lot more tech and business coverage in our newsletter. If you're not subscribed, sign up at thehustle.co/email. Follow us on Instagram at The Hustle Daily, and happy Valentine's Day. See you Monday.
New year, new resolutions. And this year on the Best Idea Yet podcast, we're revealing the untold origin stories of the products you're obsessed with. And we promise you have never heard these before.
Ever wonder how the iconic Reese's Peanut Butter Cup was invented? Because it was by accident. H.B. Reese, a former frog salesman,
True story,
stumbled upon the idea after accidentally burning a batch of peanuts.
Classic.
Proving that sometimes our best ideas arise from what seem like our biggest mistakes.
And Jack, did you know there's a scientific explanation why humans crave that surprising combo of peanut butter and chocolate?
I didn't, but it sounds delicious.
It is delicious.
So, if you're looking to get inspired and creative this year, tune in to the Best Idea Yet. You can find us on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts.
And if you're looking for more podcasts to help you start this year off right, check out New Year, New Mindset on the Wondery app. Who knows? Your next great idea could be an accident that you burned. This is Nick.
And this is Jack.
And we'll see you on the Best Idea Yet.